All righty. Welcome back to It's New, the special between Christmas and New Year's editions.
Is this the last show of 2024? Or are we doing tomorrow?
We could do one tomorrow if you're around.
Oh, we're doing tomorrow.
Unless you're going to sleep in.
Sometimes I need sleep, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, that's mean.
I don't know. And you got dressed up, and you're not even dressed up for us. You're wearing a tuxedo and everything. I'm like, what the heck? You come here in like normal hoodie or something.
You didn't even pick Barry. You work with the guy every day.
I don't have a say in these things. I would pick myself to win these awards.
I got close. It's like my life story. Getting close is just not, winning at the end. It's just like the Jets.
The Jets don't get close, dude.
You must have like 6 clockers.
I have actually behind me 2.
I want a clock. I never got an actual trophy.
What are they for? Chart of the year. My most.
That does make sense.
I never get like this guy, and this is best SEO follow, which will happen. But this is my chart of the year is the best one. So,
but if I were you, Glenn Gabe, I would sleep with one eye open. Barry's coming for you next year.
Glenn Gabe is an obvious win every year. So, but it was great. It's fun to watch. So, thanks for putting that together. I'm sure it was a lot of work and effort, and congratulations to all the winners. That being said, we should get into the news before people unsubscribe, right?
Always mentions unsubscribing.
Nothing but YouTube on his mind now, Morty.
That's it. Morty, what are you talking about today?
Google's CEO imitates Muppet Chef and goes burr, 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 in front of all of his employees.
Okay. I'll be talking about the Google December spam update completing. Greg, what do you got for us?
And in related news, Google Ads is adding related products and services as ads in the SERPs.
Awesome. Yada, yada, yada.
Okay. Burr, 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 burr. So
Barry's just seeing that subscriber count dwindle every time we do that.
Don't you get this? I'm giving you my reward for that. Here you go.
Thank you. I'll take it in the mail. So Sundar Pichai spoke to his employees about 2025, basically saying, let me summarize it in a nutshell. Everyone associates AI with OpenAI. We are in big trouble. And instead of doubling down on what makes us special and different, which is search, we want to fight a two-front war with Amazon being the go-to for e-commerce and OpenAI being the go-to for AI and LLM stuff. So let's not focus on what we do best and make search super unique. Let's just go after our competitors. A bunch of other stuff also. He said no one loves us anymore. And then he said that's because we're big and successful. Come a little closer, Sundar. A little closer. It's because you do things that people don't like.
All right. Wow. So that's what you really think?
Well, that's just what I play on TV.
Yeah,
that's what I think. I think he said a whole bunch of nothing, and that they're super scared about OpenAI, and they should be focused on integrating AI to make search special, not just being a brand competitor to OpenAI. They're never going to win that war.
I don't know, man. I feel like they kind of have to. I feel like they kind of need, like, search is gonna be on the way out without, like, trying to compete with ChatGPT. Like, they need to make some changes, right? Like,
no, I'm not saying they're going to make
100%.
changes, but they don't need to, we need to be the OpenAI of OpenAI. They need to make search super AI integrated and be special, but it's still a different product than OpenAI.
It might be the future. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I think from the e-commerce side of things, like, we've seen that all year round, right? Like, it's not a 2025 thing that they're going to be focusing on. We've seen more change in the second half of 2024 than we've seen in years before, right? With them trying to work on the shopping thing. I still think it's misguided. I mean, we talked about it on the show many times where the shopping experience is so segmented. And I think that's one of the issues with Google is everything is like shoehorned in, and there's not like Amazon is a fantastic app and destination for e-commerce. Google is not Like you can go to Google, we talked about it before. It's like google.com/shopping, trying to find that experience on mobile. It's like you're using this Google. It's not the best. I do think that they should, if they wanted to work on shopping, they should build that app that we talk about nonstop. Barry still got it on his phone. It doesn't go anywhere. We talked about that. If they want to work on shopping, they need to be a better destination and stop shoehorning it into like a second level of a search engine. Right. And so I think some of these things make sense to me that hey, we can't just be a search engine with all this other stuff. We have to like really try to go 100% on these things. So I mean, I kind of think he's right, or they're going to be left in the dust.
Yeah, but don't just like, okay, we're going to be the best version of OpenAI. Make something unique. I agree with you. Make something distinct. Right. Make something where but make it distinct. Make it unique. Not like, oh, it's the better version that you want of OpenAI.
No, I agree with you. And I think right now they're like, hey, we've got this golden goose. Let's just start, bolting these things on to try to make this better. I don't think it's the world's best experience for consumers. And I don't think they understand that. And I don't think they really have a great plan for how to make it work. I mean, even AI overviews, like how often do they show up for you? It's maybe like 50% of the time. Like if you want to get,
they have a new animation thing.
So now it looks cool and they got a little blue light in there. But like if it is only showing up, what is the most recent stats, Barry?
I think it's like 16, 17, 18%.
How are you going to get any kind of like buy-in when you're showing up 17% of the time? How are you going to get people using that, liking it when it barely works?
They don't like it. That's why it only shows up 17% of the time.
Right. I feel like they need what he's saying is correct. Can they do it? Is the who knows?
So this concerns me. Like, can they do it? Meaning, it reminds me of Google Plus, like how urgent they were and how focused they were on that, and how it was their like mission for that year to make Google Plus take over Facebook and social networks, and they failed.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're chasing other when they chase other things, they fail. When they do their own thing, they make it really good.
So they think they're better than the other things. And they do. He said that when he was on stage talking about Microsoft. He just said this in this article. Like, we're better right now. It might go back and forth with the LLMs. They
I play piano better than Billy Joel.
But I'm sorry to talk so much. The problem is when they launch these things and you see everything go, they launch it way too early and it sucks. And you see people are looking and they're finding out that they need to eat rocks and drink urine, and they're like, I'm out. And then a little bit comes back in and like, I already kind of know what this is.
I don't know about you, but I think we all come back for more after we get those answers. So,
but it's like the same. It's like you have PMAX, you launch this PMAX thing and it sucks. And then they figure out how to make it good, but they're touting it as good before it's good. Now it is good. Like Gemini 2 is good, but but people already know this flavor of Bard in these AI overviews that are telling them to glue pizza cheese onto them.
And that goes back to them being too big. Because truth is, OpenAI, when they launch stuff, it's not so it crashes. It's not so good. The examples of Soar were horrible when consumers used it, but they could do it because they're small and scrappy. And Google wants to get there, but they can't be because they're just too big and too out there.
And they don't tout it as being like this finished product. They're like, this is the future of stuff. They're not like, hey, we're better than than Gemini or something like that. Google comes out and everything is like the best thing ever, and it's never is.
Got it.
Google.
All right, so let's move on to the December spam update. Obviously, this finished Thursday afternoon around 2 p.m. Eastern. What's weird again is that I'm looking at the tools and the chatter, and it's still, even days later, it's still volatile, like really volatile, and I don't know what's going on. But I don't know. It's like Google's like, nobody's around to stop it, but I think these things stop by themselves, or they don't really stop. They're probably still dwindling out or trickling out. That being said, there was a lot of websites complaining. This might have been one of the larger spam updates I've ever seen. And Mordy will give us data on that, hopefully, at one point. Although you never really give me data on spam updates. So, but this seems like
hard to, because how do you separate out the non-spam from the spam update? Because you see it's still volatile, right? It's just volatility, and you can't separate it out. It was hard to do with the core update. Anyone do the spam update? What am I, a miracle worker?
It could be, but it seems like when that spam update hit, like a day later, a lot of sites were hit hard. Like it felt like it was a core update. Like you could rename it the core, although there was a lot of specific sites that you looked at, detail, AI generated content, this and that. So it was pretty significant. I don't think I've seen maybe once before, but I don't. This is probably one of the larger spam updates I've seen in a long time. That being said, if you always want to get ads are just always there at all times. Even with Gemini, even with core updates and spam updates, we got ads.
Yeah, and this is kind of minor one, but just a note that Barry, you have it written up over on Search Engine Roundtable, but Google is exploring with putting related products and services, sponsored ads that just go to a new search query in the SERPs. And so the example that Sachin Patel found over on X, it appeared somebody was doing a search for Nike shoes, and then some of the sponsored products and services that showed up as a sponsored ads, they're all just new queries to make a new search to get more search query volume going. Are other things like even competitors. And again, I'm assuming that this is Nike. I couldn't see the query he inputted, but the first thing up there is a competitor, On Cloud shoes, which are, a top upcoming running shoe that is taking a big chunk out of Nike's market. And then there's some other Nike specific products like Alphafly, Invincible. When you click on these, you just go make another search, and then you can be displayed more ads somewhere else. So it doesn't seem like it's an ad that will cost anybody any money. It's just Google running ads for searches so that they can get their search volume up.
That simple. It's all about search queries and search volume, so they could click, more people click on more ads.
We've seen it. They're doing it with page annotations, putting they're not calling them ads. They're not ads. They're injecting links right onto your site. They're going right off to another Google search. So
we need more signatures. We need more signatures.
We have like 100. It's crazy.
Wow.
Everybody loves page annotations. I don't understand it.
Do you like
Bitly.com? What?
Family conversation over the holiday table? Do you randomly bring up page annotations and go off on a rant about it?
95% of it was page annotations. 5% was PMAX. Yeah.
On that, we're hopefully back tomorrow with more It's New. Everyone have a great day and see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.